Hello everyone, it's me. Yes, I'm still around. Tammy's Paper Smiles. It's just been a busy few weeks, so I have not been able to get a video done. So I'm going to try to get caught up, and I wanted to show you. I got this set a little while back, about a month or so ago, and it's called Tune In. I got the stamps and the dies because I have the die cut machine, and I just love the thought of it. It's like this retro. I love retro stuff, and so it's like a retro TV. And of course, the way I did this, stay tuned for an important message. Newsflash, you're classic. Happy birthday. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you. I'm even going to do the die cutting because usually I don't do that on a video. I haven't done it before, but just to show you cutting the pieces out on the machine after you stamp them. Sometimes it's easier to actually cut and then stamp on top, but other people probably disagree. So anyway, I'm going to get to work on this card. It's a cute little birthday card. I love retro stuff. And we're gonna get going. I know time is valuable. So for the base, what I did, and I've got the inside started already, but the base I like this. I thought this pattern, don't know if it picks up well, but it's kind of reminds me of like a tweed. It's actually from another set, but it reminds me back in that day, like in the 50s, 60s, like tweed type plaid material for the furniture. I'm not sure if it's making sense what I'm trying to say, but something about it just made me think tweed furniture. So I'm going to put this as the base. Then we're going to do our own. I'm going to take the stamp and I'm going to do my own. It's called Making Your Own DSP, where we make a background on here. And then we'll cut out our TV. Let's get this started. I'll move this over. I'm going to go ahead and put my base down, so that's already done. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Labor Day weekend. Hopefully you won't have to labor much on Labor Day weekend. I am so glad summer is over. Of course, I've got my yellow card. It's just a basic card base, just a piece of cardstock here. I will measure these and put them in the description and try and get better about that. But these are all basic sizes. This is your basic card size. I think it's like 4.5 by 5.5 or something to that effect. Okay, I've got my base on. I've got that here. Now let's make our DSP, our pattern here. Let me see, where is my little stamp for that? Let me get him out of here, I guess. Okay, yes, and this is just this. The shapes of these stars, that it's just so retro. It all just speaks early 60s, maybe late 50s. And I'm just going to take a couple of different colors. And do a random pattern. It's not going to really matter. I may do all pink. I'm not sure yet. The verdict is out. Just random. No rhyme or reason. Just put them around different places. I think I'll turn him like this. Okay, now let's see. I think I'll find. Let me get another ink spot, since they're a little bit easier when we're doing this. I'm trying to see what would be a good color. I think I'll stick with. I did gray on the one card. As you can see, I did kind of the teal and the pink here, and then I did the gray and the pink, and I think I'll do the gray again. I'm just going to kind of get this off of here. Probably should clean it in between, but I'm just going to do like this. to kind of save time. Put a gray. Turn this here. Just putting it all over. Like I say, it's not really a set pattern. Just want to fill it up and just make a, like I say, making your own DSP. And that. And of course, the TV and things are going to kind of fill it up a little bit too. So let's put our little ink spots over. Don't need those anymore right now. I'm going to put him back. I'll clean him later. Okay, and I think we actually can go ahead and we can stick him down too. Actually, I'm wrong. I will need that because I did add that little feature on the inside of the card as well. So you know what? Let me get that back out. We can put that on our inside here. And then we can get him nailed down too. We'll put him down. On the inside, I just used the Your Classic Happy Birthday. And this one, the first one I did, I put Your Super. And this actually, I didn't put Happy Birthday. This could actually be just a general card, like a little note card or just a card of encouragement for someone. But the others, I put Happy Birthday. So let me do the inside. We're just kind of rambling here. Let's get this done so we can get to the fun part of cutting out our TV and things. Okay, then I'll do him up here. There we go. So we've got that. He's ready to go. We're going to stick him on the inside here. I've been out of practice, so bear with me if I sound like I'm kind of rambling or if I'm tongue-tied or something. I'm going to try. Now that fall is coming, September, I love Labor Day because it means fall is coming. If we can get out of hurricane season, it'd be just that much, even more. That'll be the cherry on top. Let's just get out of hurricane season, get ready for holidays, and move on. And I've got some ideas with this set. I've seen some people do some really cute things. So I'll have a video later of some ideas of something I want to do at Christmas with this. So stay tuned for that. Let me put our second layer on top of our base layer here. I love old TV shows. I like old furniture. I just like stuff, but I don't know why. It just blasts from the past, you know, and different time, different way of living. Okay, so I've got this ready. Let's move on to some other parts. Our other parts that we're going to put, which is the TV, antenna, and our stars. Now I went ahead and cut. I used, as you can see, I've got some of these yellow stars, the retro looking stars. I've already cut them out for this, so that will save us some time. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, this is the insert for our TV where we put the stay tuned. So we can go ahead. I'm going to get my die cut machine up here. And I don't do this a lot on video. I haven't done it on video actually because it is kind of it's something you got to really make room for, and I'm limited on space already. So let me see. I feel like I'm on top of, yep, I'm on top of all my parts here. Let's move them over. Okay. Now, let's get our antenna ready. I'm just going to get a little piece of paper. We'll stamp him on in black. You know, you had to have antenna back in the day. We had 3 channels, and there was no remote control, of course, which, you know, everyone on the internet says we were the remote control. We were also the dishwasher, the landscaper, we cut the grass, we did all that. So there's my antenna. I'm going to see if I can do this and it come out okay. A lot of times you need to tape this on, but I'm going to try to, because he's so little, to get him just right. And I will, maybe I'll put a little piece of painter's tape on him. There's other tape you can get. I don't have it, so I just kind of put a little piece of painter's tape for these things. Let's see if that works. Cut him out. You just crank it. I don't know if you can see. You crank it. It comes out the other side. And there you go. We should have a cut out. Let me see. There. We have our antenna cut out. That didn't do so bad. Actually, looks like I got it on the lines, which sometimes I don't do, so that's good. So we're done with him. I'll put him aside. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cut out my TV screen insert. And that, and I'm not going to tape him down because as long as he's on the white paper, it's good. Here we go. We're cranking again. Crank, 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 crank. You feel it gets tight and the pressure, and it, as it's cut, this die cutting, it's cutting it through the bottom. So here we go. All right, now I've got my TV insert. Next, we're going to make the actual TV. And I've done it both ways. I could stamp, but since I've already got this up here, I'm going to go ahead and cut my TV, and then I'll stamp on top what I'm going to, the actual TV furniture stamp. And TV back in the day, they were pieces of furniture, literally big pieces of furniture. And then when it broke, you put a new TV on top of it. It turned into a TV stand for your new TV, because you don't throw anything away, of course. TVs have come a long way. The plus side, too, as they've made jokes on the internet, is no one really broke in and stole a lot of your TVs because they couldn't carry them. They're so heavy. So here's my cutout TV. I think that's all I've got to cut out for this on my die cut. So I'm going to move him. Give me some room to do some other things. Okay. Now, we've got our antenna done. Let's see if we can stamp our TV. Put some ink on him. And like I said, I kind of did it in reverse. In other words, usually you stamp and then cut the stamped image. Sometimes I do things backwards, y'all. We'll see. If this don't work, well, go to plan B. But here we go. We're going to try to put this on. Move you up a little bit so we can not hit you with my head. I got it. Yeah, that's good enough. It's a little bit. I'm going to trim off a little bit of these edges here that are a little bit too much because I did not perfectly center it. Again, usually you will stamp and then cut, but with limited room and space, I was just trying to get all this cutting done that I needed to do with the die cut. So I'm just going to trim off a little excess here. What are some things that you remember? I remember we always had the big, like I say, TV furniture were pieces of furniture. They weren't just TV. They didn't hang on the wall. They literally had wood casing and sat on the floor. You had to make sure you had room for them because they weren't small. I remember sitting watching Saturday cartoons in front of the TV. And again, we were the remote control, so we were the ones that got up and changed channel, turned them off, turned the volume up and down. So there's my TV. Now my insert, I'm going to put stay tuned for an important announcement, an important message, I should say. I think I'm going to do, I liked it. I liked it in this card. I did it in the pink. I kind of like the way that stood out. And I'm a matchy match person, and it all matches together. And things back then matched too, so there you go. All right, let's do this. They have another set they have that I really like that had some retro. It was called Nothing Better Than. It was one of the first sets I got when I started doing this, and I loved it because it had the retro coffee cups and same thing, some little background little. I don't know if they were quite stars, but they were. It just reminded me so much of the same time period, like retro. I like retro stuff. So here we go. I've got this. Stay tuned for an important message. Now here's what I did, because obviously when you had that on the screen, when that message came on, or when it was going, channel was going off the air, there would be, some people call it snow, static. The background would be like staticky, snowy. So what I did to do the snow feature, I realized Baby Girl's big gray crayon works really well. I just go like this and make it look a little snowy in the background. And then it makes it really, really like an old TV, because you would have that. I believe snow is what they called it. I'm going to put him here in the center of my TV screen. He's the screen, so he goes on the screen. That makes sense. Okay, now we got our TV. I've got to color where did my antenna go? I got to color him. I did him like a grayish color. I might, well, because they were gray. They weren't. One of them I did a color match, but it's like they really weren't color matched. I'm just going to use a little pen and color him gray. There's my antenna. So I've got my antenna, I've got my stars, I did already prepare my news flash sentiment. I've got him ready. So all we got to do now is assemble the rest and put our doodads, and we should be good to go. Let me see, because I did use dimensionals on some of these. All right, now let's go ahead and put our TV. I'm just going to cut some of this with the doodads. Of course, you got to take the back off of everything. And the back off dimensionals, I don't know if you know this, kind of a running joke, is that they pop up everywhere that you least expect it. You'll find the back of it's like they're staticky and they stick to you and they go everywhere you go. So you'll find them in the weirdest places. But I love dimensionals. I love that they give you that 3D raised up effect. I might put this, let's get these off of here. I'm not the most gracious with this stuff, y'all. So, but I enjoy doing it. So, all right, now I've got my base here that we already put together. We did our background. I'm going to put my TV here. I'm going to put my antenna on top of the TV, because you're not going to get any channels without your antenna. Trust me. And even with antenna, sometimes it's a little iffy. We do a lot of antenna because we just don't have cable. So we watch a lot of antenna channels. Thankfully in Houston we have a lot of channels. So there's always something I can find to watch. And I'm really thankful for that, because it saves you some money if you can do that. All right, let me get my news flash put together. Just going to stick him. I did him a little bit. I didn't line him up perfectly. He's just a little bit, I think askew would be the word. He's off center because I think that would be, because it's an urgent news flash. I think I have dimensionals on him too. Let's do this. Get him on. Okay, there's our news flash. Now our yellow, our retro stars, we're just going to put them around. Put one here. And again, there's no rhyme or reason, no set place to put them. Getting the little bitty dimensionals. I think I'll put one here, like this. Then one over in this corner. I think that'll work. Then of course we put doodads all around too, so. So I've got this now. We just need our doodads, and we've got us a retro card, a tune in. This set is a current set. If it's something that you would want information on, please let me know. I can help you with that. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator. Be glad to help you, or if you want information, or if you would like to start making cards. If I can stamp and cut out some pieces for you, send them to you just so you can kind of get your feel of it and see if it's something that you want to do. I'm sorry, I'm kind of reaching over looking for my pink doodads. There we go. We can do that too. I can send you some parts. I put blue doodads on the knobs and the antenna, kind of tie in with the blue. Let's see, I think I put, this is the size for him. Anyways, whatever I can do to help you, if it's something that you feel like this would be a good creative avenue that you'd like to try, I can send you parts and you can see if you like putting them together, or we can get together and with a bunch of folks or some folks and have, or a few folks I should say, not a whole lot. Don't know how I could do a big group. I'm not experienced with that, I should say, but we could do a little party, have a get together. I just like the thought of inspiring someone to do something creative. So I've got my blue doodads there. I'm going to put some pink ones around just willy-nilly here. Let's see. Pink. I'm going to put pink here. Okay, so there we go. We've got our stay tuned for an important message. Here's a news flash. Your classic. Happy birthday. And I love the font they use, which really does go with that era and time, that time period, just makes you think of sock hops or Greece or something. I don't know. I have a weird way of thinking. But this is my card for this video. Stay tuned. Is the set. Tune in, I should say. Tune in. I am a demonstrator. If you want to order online some things, if you'll put me as your demonstrator, if I see that come through, I will reimburse your shipping for you as a gift. That's what I'd like to do, because I do want to encourage folks to get creative. These, let's see, I have these three. This one was my first one, and I kind of did like an orangey, and I'm like, I don't know, because there was no orange snow on it when the TV went out, when the network went off the air. It was gray, so I pulled out the gray crayon. But again, it's Tammy's Paper Smiles. I have been working on things, even though I haven't been uh, making videos. I have been working on some things. I'll show you some things. This one is one that I did, a little birthday card using this paper set, Lace Shops, I believe is what it was called. This is one. This is the Happiest of Birthdays. That set is a set that I think should be unretirable, should be forever, because you can use it forever. I did some rock and roll birthday cards. So I've been doing some things. I just have not been videoing. So maybe I just need to put the video camera on while I do some of these and let it run. But then I saw someone online who did some realtor cards, like a thank you for like someone who bought a house, or like a congratulations. I thought that's a good idea, because I do know people who have bought houses, built houses, and it just isn't always on my radar to send them a card. It's a big deal, so you do want to congratulate them. So I made these. Let's see. Got a couple of guys coming up birthday this month. I made some masculine little birthday cards for them. So I have been doing some stuff, just haven't been video and letting you know about it. But I hope to get back on track and get this started again. Again, if you'd like to do this, if you want to have a get together, we can make that happen. If you want information, if you want to suggest something, if you're suggesting a nice way, because sometimes it can hurt people's feelings if you don't do it in a nice way. And, I'm not really doing this to get my feelings hurt. I'm just doing this to kind of encourage people, encourage people to be creative, and B, and do a nice gesture for someone. Send them a card. It means a lot to people of all ages to get a card in the mail. So just remember that, and the price of a postage stamp. Yes, I know they're not as cheap. They're not as cheap as they were back in this day and time, but it's a good investment in relationships and friendships. And like I say, it just brightens people's day and it makes their day. I'm going to let you go. Have a great Labor Day. I'll be back sometime this week, with another video. I'm trying to get my ideas together, what I want to do next. If there's anything that you would like to see that is something I could possibly do, we'd have to make sure it's something I can do. But I would love suggestions, anything that you would like, any certain kind of birthday, if you've got a certain age group or specific, someone in a specific genre that you would like to see a card, I can see if we can work on that. Again, Tammy's Paper Smiles is on here, obviously YouTube. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, have an Etsy store. We're out there. Have a great day. Talk to you next time.